Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa,
And I'm still sharing.
and thank you all for joining us for another week of Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. We appreciate you coming back. Uh, I'm acting a little silly today. I feel like Oprah, like, Happy Thanksgiving, and you get a turkey, and you get a turkey. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it, right? Hey, that's all I got.
You're going to work on them collard greens yourself, but I will get you a turkey. Okay.
So before we get into today's topic, we just want to remind you all that December is coming up. We are taking a small break, 30 days to be exact.
Yeah.
Sharyn and I have been going at this for 2.5 years straight. Although we don't go straight, but we have been going at this 2.5 years straight. So we're just
You
gonna
are
take
very silly today.
I know. So we're gonna take a small break. And so you all don't forget about us. Continue to watch the episodes and keep it going. And we appreciate you all for that.
We'll be back at you the first week of January.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the first Wednesday in January.
Yeah, first Wednesday in January. So also one other announcement, because we are headed to, where are we going to today at 3?
Oh, supporting transgender.
So we're gonna go and support the transgenders.
Community, yeah.
Down. Is it at the center?
The World Beat. I think it's at the World Beat Center here down in San Diego at Balboa Park.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing
we're
this evening.
Looking forward to that. We've already had a full day.
And
but
you guys
been
been
to y'all anyway.
Really good about supporting Sherry Shepherd. Her show is doing very, very well because of people like you. Like I say, she's a person that's just very talented, very kind, very blessed, and we just want to support her as she continues on with her just incredible career. Check out the Sherry Shepherd Show.
Yes, please continue to do that. Okay, so I guess you all know, if you are returning, that we have shout outs to do. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and share our videos. We would really, really appreciate you for that. So first shout out goes to E2Tube. Thank you for being a subscriber to Conversations to Sharyn and Rosa. We would like to hear from you, though.
Yeah.
I know you're a subscriber, but we just haven't heard from you. So make a comment. Let us know you're still looking at us and viewing us. Next is Consuela. How are you? And thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for your comments. Last but not least is Jackie S. And we have heard from you, and thank you for your comments as well. So keep them coming. We appreciate you all. Thank you.
Right, and about those comments, we don't get to reply to each and every one, but we're hitting most of them, and because we get a lot, but sometimes some of the things that you're sharing with us just demand some deep thought and an appropriate reply. So we take a little longer with some people than others, but we thank you all. Keep it coming because we enjoy what we're doing, and we enjoy sharing it with you, and we appreciate that you are enjoying it as well.
Yes. Thank you so much. So today we're going to be talking about, what are you looking for in a partner?
Whoa.
Hey.
Yeah, simple question, but very still a very big one because
some people don't know what they're looking for.
Right, they think they do, and that's why you keep you know how to say this partner don't remind me of the last partner, which don't remind me of the one from 5 years ago,
and
because you basically don't know what you really want, or you were ready to settle for what came through the door.
Right.
You know what I mean? You winked, she winked back. I'm not trying to minimize it. We're all on our journeys, but been there, done that. Seriously.
But I say they shouldn't have the same things in common, right?
No,
some of the things.
Well, but, if it's good, I mean, what's important to you, what one person values, the other one can care less about. Everyone has their own dream girl, or when we ask, I'm talking to my friends, like I said, what do you want? Oh, I just want somebody to love me, and I want to love them back. Okay, of course you do.
We all do.
And we all do.
But what does that look like?
Yeah. What
and
does
it's
it
different
look like?
for each person. Of course, this conversation today between Sharyn and I are just what we would consider what we want in a partner, but definitely it's going to be different for each person. So
Yeah,
we'll get into it.
And it's not easy, you know. And usually, I'm not saying we all repeat the same thing, but basically, I made a list mentally. Oh, she needs to be kind, loving, intelligent, financially stable, no children or children. She needs to know God, believe in God, or be baptized. Be musical or appreciate musical. Got to be intelligent and educated. Reminding you that one doesn't mean the other. She's got to be beautiful. You mean highly beautiful? Halle Bailey beautiful? I don't know, but you know, and that's in the eyes of the beholder. She needs to be loving, receptive, respectful, kind. She needs to be sober. She needs to be less than 50, over 50, less than 40, over 40. She's got to be just legal and ready. I know.
And she got to consider herself a lesbian. How about that?
Right. We're not looking for part-time. We're looking for full-time. Okay?
Exactly.
You know, no faking jakes, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, the list, you know, very different, but then you start to hear the same themes, you know, and you guys have been out there in lesbian land. You know what's going on out there. And I can think of 5 of my friends who convinced that they're happy, and I got 5 of my friends who know for sure that this ain't gonna work. Yet and still, they hang on. Why do we hang on to things that's really not working for us? Because we're afraid to say we have no one.
Right.
And as the old folks say, well, that beats a blank. It's better than nothing. Well, you know, nothing. I'm going with nothing because nothing ain't gonna give me a headache. Right. Nothing ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Tear my car up and swear she don't know what happened. Nothing ain't gonna cuss out my parents, you know, or whatever it is. So that's the conversation we're having today. It's truly asking yourself, this is about you guys, you know, what are you looking for in a partner for real?
Right. But I must say that, you know, even making a list, because we all have like that mental list that we have, and some people write them down. Like
and the
Sharyn,
affirmations all around the house.
Like Sharyn. I must say that the list probably is going to change because let's say, and the thing about you wrote your list down and you probably didn't have children on it. So
y'all know I didn't have children on it.
The fact that you have someone with all of the things on your list and children, I mean, does that change, or do you say, just because having children is not on my list, I'm not doing it? I mean, do you give up somebody for that?
Absolutely right. My list did not include children, and not just because I'm older. It's just my list didn't include children. But when I met you, I did change my list. It had to, you know, as I tell people, you know, honestly, you know, Rosa had, you know, 11 of the 10 things I was looking for. Didn't, you know, but the children, yeah, they threw me for a loop. But then I'm like,
but is that considered settling?
No, it's just expanding. It's like, you know, nothing. What's a perfect fit? You know, it's just you saying, well, hey, you know, I'm really into education, and I met a wonderful woman. She's got an EED as opposed to a PhD, and I'm not sure we're gonna make it. I mean, really, be real. I mean, come on now, come on out your act. You know, so yeah, you were too many good things.
Yeah,
too many good things, and me, you know, I'm like, okay. At this time in my life, I was 60 years old, 61, and you know, I'm just saying, you know, not that I was too old. I'm just so used to not having children around.
But I think the older we become, the more in tune with ourselves we are. For the most part, not everybody, but for the most part, and we've seen more. So it's like you kind of know what you don't want, but you're still not really sure what you do want. And that's the thing. It's like you have to hone in on what is important to you. My thing is, when I was out there in the dating world, a lot of women put stuff on their profile that they wanted the other partner, the partner they were looking for, to have, but they weren't coming with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want somebody with 6 figures, but you don't really make 6 figures. So, or you want, you know what I'm saying? Or you want a woman who's a size 2, but you're not a size 2.
Right.
So, you know, when you put things out there as to what you want, be realistic. I mean, if you because if you're looking for that, somebody else may be looking for that too. So you have to be willing to come to the table with just as much as that person has, and not just overstretch stuff that is unrealistic.
Well, that's interesting that you said that, and though it may very well be true, but how often does it come down that way when everything's, I don't want to say even, but, say, hey, you need to be employed. Why? Because you need to be employed. We live in Southern California. Everything is not high, not expensive, just outrageous.
Right.
Just outrageous. Start with outrageous, And I didn't think I would, at this time in my life or earlier, I'm not taking care of you totally.
Right.
I can help you. We go over the hump. You know what I mean? I help you over the hump. You know what I mean? We got to talk finances. And if you've really been looking at some of the shows, we talk about finances. Two things that'll really break you up or really cause disharmony in your relationship is arguing about the finances and the discipline of the children. And if there are no children, it's something else will take that number 2 spot.
Right.
And I didn't meet Rosa till the kids were, 9 and 12. Mm-hmm. And that's an interesting time to come into children's life. They're not babies, but they're not teenagers either. They can feed themselves, but not really. So, this is not a one-size-fit-all thing here. What you're looking for and the next 20 people are looking for, some will be similar, and then there'll be a lot of just different things. If you're a hiker and you want to jump off a mountain and you can swim and you're an Iron Woman and you just did 2 marathons, real 26-mile marathons last month, probably me and you ain't going to kick it for so much.
Right.
I can't even walk 26 miles. Walk it slowly. You know what I mean? But if that's your world.
It's healthy to have, like different things that you all are
have in common.
No, not having common is what I'm saying. It's healthy to have different things that you all
separate
are doing.
from your partner.
Yeah. So
I
you're saying something about the person running the marathon. I mean, that could be a good person for you. It's just that they like to run and you like to go to the casino. That's 2 separate things.
And I will come take pictures of you running.
Right, and they'll come to the casino.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, it's always great for that. But when I'm talking about bringing stuff to the table and being realistic and even about it, it's gonna be some things because you want somebody who is like a little bit different from what you are. Nobody wants a clone except for Sharyn of themselves. But
I'm that Gemini.
Exactly.
Give me another one.
She want a whole nother Sharyn. But when I was looking at women and and you looking at their profile and you're like, oh yeah, this person has what I'm looking for, and you meet them and they might have listed 10 things that you at least read in their profile and you only saw like 2 of them. And you're like, so is this person real? I mean, this is the things you have to think about, because I think we look on the surface a lot of the times for what we're looking for. And if that person walked in the room and is gorgeous, you're forgetting about, now, is she real? Is she a liar? Is she, a cheater? Why would she say this, that, and the other when we had a conversation and she said this? So you start, crossing things off the list because now you're so attracted to her that you just want everything else to be okay.
Yeah. And you give her waivers and you're like,
So you just pay attention to those small things when you are listing what you want in a partner or meeting people, because people will show you who they are.
Yeah.
And that part is so true.
And if you're looking and you're seeing and you understand what you're saying, oftentimes we see it, but we don't even understand that. Like,
well, we don't want to.
Right.
We're blinded by something else. They might have rolled up in the Rolls Royce, and you're like, okay, she might have some money.
And that impresses you.
Right. So
didn't know it was a rental.
Exactly. So it just depends on what that person is bringing. But make your list and stick to it. I know some of the things when Sharyn and I got together, or before even Sharyn and I got together, when I first came out, I had no clue of what I was looking for. I knew
all you know is that you like women. You like women.
In my marriage to my kid's father, I took some things away from that because I did want a partner who communicated. because I felt like we didn't. And, I was like, I definitely want somebody who communicate. They definitely need to be out and open, because I don't even know what being in the closet is going to look like when I come out, and so I didn't, I didn't want that, It wasn't really big things. They didn't have to make a 6-figure salary. They just needed to be, happy and upbeat. I didn't want nobody who was a downer. Every time I, come to their house or they come to mine, they complaining about something. I was looking for those type of things that I know help lifts me too, because when we're around somebody all the time, we kind of pick up those same habits. And I didn't want to do that. That to me was a turn off. If somebody's complaining all the time, trust me, I have tuned it out probably after the third sentence. I'm just saying. So if we're out eating at, and it's just constantly we're not doing that. I used to have a friend in college who always complained about something. And I'm just like, is she ever happy?
Yeah.
Is she ever happy?
Does she ever have a good day?
And we couldn't really be that close of friends because I didn't like that part of her. And it's like, you either like it or you don't. So those were some of the things that I was looking for. It wasn't all on my list, but those were some of the things. I can reveal some a little bit later. You want to say something else about
it? I do. First of all, I need to apologize because as you were saying all that, and I'm listening to you, but I was also rolling the tape back in my head. I had started a sentence with them saying, when I came into your life, you had 2 children, 9 and 12, and that was an interesting time to come into children's life. And I say, which made it even more difficult for me, because I don't do 9-year-olds or 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds or 16-year-olds, right? So, if she would have told me, hey, my children, they're in Europe and they're in third year college, great. Great. I can wait 6 months to meet them. A picture will do, and let's go to Hawaii. So anyhow, but I do digress. I wanted to go back to some of the things you're saying, like the things we put out. If we don't have them, why we expect them to have them? It's like, y'all know I'm an 18W size, like the W stands for whoa. So I'm telling, she can't be a pound over size 12. Really? So, and just speaking to what Rosa said, sometimes people demanding things that they don't even have themselves, and I find that very interesting. The beautiful thing, the physical thing, like, what's your perfect woman in your mind? Everybody know I got a thing for Halle Berry. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry is not perfect. Trust and believe that. I think she's crazy.
Look, like, we know something wrong with Halle, but I'm just saying, if that's my idea of beauty, then I'm looking for a woman that looks like Halle Berry. No, not really, but in my mind.
You want somebody to look like her, but she part cray-cray. So it's like...
Don't you start talking about no.
Do you want somebody to act like Halle Berry or just look like Halle?
The point I'm trying to make
is
how dare I, not, it's okay that I want it, desired, or have secret fantasies about it, but Rosa doesn't look like Halle Berry. Rosa look like Rosa, and I'm loving it. All right, Rosa like taller women, and I'm only 2.5 inches taller than her. On a good day, I'm 5'7" with good posture. Right. And so you trade, or like, nobody's just perfect, waiting for you, to peel off and come into your life. Like, hey, Sharyn, I'm 5'9", I have green eyes, I have 2 PhDs, and I'm an heir to several fortunes. When does the party start? That ain't happening, babe. That's not happening. Right. And so we're asking you out there, like, again, what do you want in your partner? And if you do understand what you want, and you've given yourself the conversations, and you've been through the stuff that wasn't working. Oh, she was okay, but I had to wait for her to get off when she got out of jail. Well, then she got out of jail, and then she was still on probation. And then it was the thing on her ankle. We could never go to Disneyland. So maybe that's not, convicts aren't what you need to be dating, because they have limited mobility. So, and then maybe that's not a good example.
Right, because somebody might be out there dating a convict.
I'm not cracking.
Don't go there.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't mean that they're a bad person, though.
Oh, just maybe they done got caught up in something, and you caught them in their transition. I'm not poo-pooing anybody.
Everybody needs a second chance.
But I am such a Girl Scout. I'm one of them people, if I ever got a ticket on my car, Monday morning, I'm down there to pay it in cash. Because I'm like, sweetie, I'm just not, I'm just not a lawbreaker. You know, and some people it turns them on. You know, like, yes, my license is expired. Yes, I have an unregistered gun in the car. Yes,
and I hope somebody pull me over.
Right. Look, and I do a little cocaine just to keep myself clear. Really now? Really now?
Yeah.
Maybe we ain't gonna swing, baby, because and I remember years ago, and this is in the early '80s, and I'm in Hawaii, and a young lady, we had a little date. And so we're downtown Waikiki, and I lived over in IA, so I'm driving back. She doesn't ask me about anything. I had told her, everybody knows I'm a non-smoker. She pulls out a joint and just lights it up. Girl, I made a U-turn on, if y'all know Hawaii, it's only 2 highways, H1 and H2. I turned around, I pulled over, and she's like, what is wrong with you? I said, I'm in the Navy. You can't be smoking. Didn't ask me nothing. And I was just like, oh my God.
Well, did she know you was in the Navy?
Yeah, she knew I was in the Navy. But I'm dealing with a knucklehead or a person who has a lifestyle that she doesn't care that your lifestyle is different. That you do know I can get in trouble, go to captain's mast or whatever. But I was just so put out about it. Who smokes? Even if it was just a regular cigarette, like, do you mind if I smoke? Yes, I mind. You know, because I really hate cigarette smoke. But you want to pull out a joint and it's 1985? You know, in my car, and I'm getting ready to go. Oh no! So all I'm saying is, you're looking for somebody, who shared values.
Right.
You know what I mean? What happens? Like, Rosa was raised in several faiths. So let's say when she goes to church, she wants to go Church of God in Christ, Baptist, whatever. I don't care. I'm good. I'm just, let's just go plug in somewhere today. That doesn't bother me, but with someone else, it may very well bother me. Like, I'm a Catholic, and I'm, da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
Right.
It can
but at
become
least
an
they're
issue.
specific.
Yeah, they're specific. And it matters to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? If a person tells you, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I like, and this is what I never want to do, what happens with people, and I've met a lot of women seeking their sobriety, God bless you. I know it's not an easy journey, and everybody's journey is different, but I'm telling you, if you are recovering, and whether you're on step 8, 12, 4, or 6, and you're dealing with a woman she's doing alcohol and chemicals too, sweetie, y'all don't need to be dating because this is not going to work.
Been there, done that.
Right. Maybe it'll work for the weekend, and I don't care how good the sex is. She is not the one you need to be hooking up with because she's in a different place in her journey. Yep. Money. Two people have the same attitudes about finances, and I'm sure we've covered that in 1 or 2 videos because, it's a very important thing. So whatever it is, first of all, square yourself away first of what you want. Be clear about what you want. Because some of us like, I don't know, but if she's female and breathing, that's a good start. Oh, that's very funny, but you need a little bit more than that.
Right.
When I was out there dating and skating and having fun, I was, on the weekends I go to the strip bars and I meet my friends out and we have fun and laugh and joke and go to dinner, act crazy and, I'll see you next week. That's what I was doing because I had no one in my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, and nothing against strippers. And no, I did not date one. Well, okay, well.
Depends on who you ask, right?
No, it's just how do you define relationship? No, but I'm saying, that's not what I was looking for, but it surely was entertaining on the weekends. You got nothing else to do, and you do eventually get tired of Law and Order because it's only 456 episodes, all of which Sharyn has seen. So anyhow, so our point today is like, you're saying you want somebody, you haven't found them yet. Do you know what you're looking for? And really, what is it? What is it that you're looking for that you just haven't found? Oh, well, she was attractive. Oh, she's very nice. Oh, she's very educated. Crazy as a loon. Crazy as a loon. And we've seen the dangerous package of, oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, she's hot. Oh, she got it going on. Oh, it's something about her. And, you don't even get through the first date before you find out somebody should, like, are you on meds? You should be. And I don't say it to be, in jest or to be glib about it, but you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your princess.
Yes.
So we're asking you first, what are you looking for? And if you know what you're looking for, it will help prepare you for when you do find it, or when you at least see it.
Right, because you can recognize it.
Write
it down.
Yes.
When you see it on paper, that's just like, trying to figure out how much you spend a week. You don't know if you write it down and you look at it, like, okay, I bought this, and this, add it up. Okay, I'm spending this a week. So you'll know and recognize the pattern of what you're looking for.
Right.
And, you can go from there. And I'm, like I said earlier, I mean, sometimes it may have to vary a little bit because nobody's going to come to you with everything on your list. Nobody's going to come to you that way.
Nobody's perfect.
So where do you bend, where do you don't? I'm saying that's up to you all to figure out. But the thing about it is don't let those small things get past you that will eventually turn into big things. If on your list you have a communicator and this person is everything but, I mean, unless they recognize they're not a communicator, it's not going to get any better.
No, it's not.
So you are not going to be that savior that comes in and say, "Hey, I can get them to communicate more." No, especially if it's an older person, they are set in their ways.
I've dated one girl who, Lord knows how I dated, but when she gets angry, you know how some people just shut down. Like, I'm not going to speak to you for 4 days, and on the 5th day, you need to guess why I was mad at you. That is not how I operate. First of all, it don't take no...
But you did.
Oh, well, I was just trying to make it work, You
was kissing frogs. That's what you were doing.
That was frog number 37. So, but what I'm saying is, I mean, I'm talking to an adult. You know what I mean? She was younger than me, but who isn't younger than me now? But I'm just saying.
But she's still a grown woman.
Probably
older kids. Probably deep, grandmama type.
Midways through her 40s, but anger management was an issue, and one of those, like I said, well, I'm not talking to you for 4 days, and I'm thinking, what the heck did I do wrong? Because you start with self. Is it something that I said? Well, it was a joke that wasn't funny at wrong time. You're on your monthly. You're sensitive to everything. What the hell? And then she told me, that's just how I do. I just stopped talking. I mean, for 4 days. The world can turn around in 4 days. So we didn't work.
Yeah, you can send somebody to the moon and back in 4 days.
4 days, you know what I mean?
Time.
And then you find like, what were we arguing about? But it was just deep.
Right.
It was how she was handling, and to the extent in which, because I'm thinking
but maybe the way she's handling it, some people are okay with that. If you know you're not one of those people that's okay with that,
wasn't okay with that,
then it's not gonna get any better.
And you're not gonna. My only question is, when can I talk to you when you feel like communicating? Right. Tell me, next Friday, the 13th, work for you? Cause I'm gonna call you. Cause I'm saying just doesn't work, sweetie. Right. I mean, when you're on the wrong train. Right. You even saw the track was crooked. So why'd you even jump on the train? It's wrong. So, the communication piece is so very, very important, especially for you. Yeah. Because you need, like, we just met, we're just connecting. I'm trying to find out who you are, who you really are, who you really are without the mask, and you're trying to find out bits and pieces about me. So it can get off to a really rough start. But I think the most important nugget to walk away with from today is the fact that you need to know what you're looking for. So, or I hear women say, "Well, I keep getting the sleazies or the bums, what they call them, the ones who's trying to take advantage of you." People who, think you got some money and they try to take advantage of it.
Oh, the gold diggers.
Yeah, right. Or, she's like quasi gold digger or never got no money. I mean, we done been to 4 restaurants. Can you at least leave a tip or make that, that false move toward your purse?
Exactly. Act like you're reaching towards that
something, damn well.
Or just make it
ain't nothing in there but some lipstick and old cocaine.
Right, exactly.
A little strip of cocaine.
But no, that's a good point, because I remember when you and I got together and we went on my first date to our first date
to the restaurant
for my birthday, and you paid for that. And so I'm like, okay, that was a little, okay, want to meet you. Here's a little birthday gift, I guess.
But it was your birthday.
No, I know. And then the second time we had gone out, I think you paid too. So the third time I asked you out and I said, this time I am going to pick up the bill. Because I didn't want you to think it was always have to be on you.
Right.
I was okay paying it the other 2 times that we met up.
Right.
But it's just like, I get it. If we're going to, want to get to know each other, then it's a 2-way street.
Yeah.
I'm okay with picking up the bill when I really need to pick up the bill.
Right.
Now,
I appreciate that.
I want to pick up the bill, but I'm okay with doing that.
Or I'll let you off easily, whether it's you or whoever I would have been dating, would just say, hey, just take care of the tip. Now, if you ain't got tip money and we done ate $87 worth of their food, you know what I mean? I'm like, you ain't got $11? You ain't got look, you didn't plan on using the money.
Or you came in here without. But, some people don't carry cash. But I get that part.
But yeah.
But at the same time, just make it known. I mean, because some people are gold diggers are out there looking for, where they can get free good meals at great restaurants that they would never even have chosen, can't even pronounce and don't even know half of the stuff that's on the menu. But okay, I get that, and it's okay.
Sounds good. It's on you.
Right, exactly. And I get it that you want to impress people, and so the first date is always like you're going to somewhere nice or somewhere that the person want to go to,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, how often is this going to happen, and how often is it going to be on you? You have to recognize those things, and it's not, oh, it's so cute how she, let me pick up the bill. No, it's cute now, but what happens 3 months later when you tired of the cuteness?
Right.
You gotta nip stuff in the butt.
Did you ever have a turn?
Change. Right. They can change, but
or
normally
they are showing you who they are. You just would look. You were so like, oh, you see, she look good in that dress.
Right.
Ooh, them jeans. Okay, but there's other things we need.
She gave me a compliment. She said this. Of course, she wants to. So just
the visuals are good. There's nothing wrong with some great visuals. But I'm saying, sweetie, scrape off the icing and see what the cake tastes like.
Everybody want eye candy for sure, but what does that look like to each person? You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some couples like, ooh, no. But then again, some couples seen us and like, no.
Yeah,
so
I don't get it.
I get it. Everybody got their own opinion, and we're okay with that. But just recognize those things. Have your list. Know what it is that you want. Put your list up so you can see it every day. So you are constantly reminding yourself, like, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for.
And if you're a person who don't want to make lists, that's okay too, but at least give it some good thinking.
Yeah.
Please think and think again. And sometimes we make it look so very hard. How do you keep coming up with you doing the same energy at the same target and you keep missing it, sweetie. Right. You can't, you went from bad to worse to, oh my God.
Right.
Really? Girl,
and sometimes
please.
It's not even that you're not finding what you're looking for. It may be that you were shopping in the wrong stores.
Yes.
Just go to different places or try something new. You're like, I'm not dating anybody who lives more than 60 miles. Well, the person might live 65 miles. It might be okay to drive 65 miles.
5 more miles, you would have got it.
Right, exactly. So be okay with stuff like that. But definitely make sure it is what you're looking for. Because, I know Sharyn and I jumped into it very quickly.
We did. I hit the buzzer quick. Bing!
But we're, coming on to our 7th year of marriage in next August. But at the same time, sometimes it works out and sometimes it's not. And
we
may
were
luck
blessed.
up.
We were blessed.
Some people just luck up. Don't know what you're looking for. Don't have a clue, and you just happen to luck up and find the person that was looking for you too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I like. That's right. Because and please don't get so frustrated when she's just not out there. Please if you can't hold on to anything else, and if you choose to believe this, she's looking for you too.
Absolutely.
Because you are worthy, and you are deserving, and you are good. And you are a child of God or just a citizen on the earth, whichever way you want to look at it. You deserve happiness too. They got it. I ain't jealous of nobody, but you deserve happiness too. Right. People have made their little comments about Rose and I relationships, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Whatever they say, the good, the bad, the funny, and the
Not so funny.
They're not so funny. Like, that's not a compliment. You meant that. So I'll tell you off air what I really told them. You know,
Right.
but no one's got to live this life with me. No one's living her life but her. And one, you know, like she came out. You know, she was divorced already. What, about 5 years when I met her. So it wasn't like, oh, what am I going to do? I think I know for sure I really like girls, but I've only been with a man in the last 10 years. Oh God, that's hard. I didn't want to be anybody's first. Right. We did date. We did, but I knew, as I said, you know, she was 11 of the 10 things I was looking for. She's good. Yeah. She's kind. She knows God. She can cook. She's decent. She talks in complete sentences. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a PhD. But I was dating this one girl. She mumbled all the time, and I thought she had a problem. Right. You know what I mean? I say that jokingly. You need to talk in complete sentences, and I'm saying, well, maybe it's the people she hangs around with who talks like that, and no one calls each other on it. Right. You know, so I don't know, but that didn't work either. Like, I said, do you read books? No. And I said, well, how do you gather information about the world we live in? Well, I don't look at television. I don't read books. I look at some magazines, but only for the pictures. Next. Waiter. You know, I'm sorry. I knew it wasn't going to work. And not that I feel like I'm so cerebral, but I'm an avid reader. I'm a news junkie.
Yeah, but you want to find somebody closer to some of the things that you do. Because if there's people out there who don't read either, they're okay with that.
Right. There you go. And I'm not cracking. I'm just saying there's something I'm like, okay, but where are we going to fit in at? What are we going to do?
Because you just want days where you're just sitting by in the backyard or in your corner, just kind of reading. And I think it's sexy when two people kind of reading together, not saying much, but just there in each other's presence. Or she could have been looking at her magazine when you were reading. That could have been sexy. But anyway.
And then, like, what kind of magazine you reading, baby? But anyhow, but you'll know. You know when it doesn't fit. You know when it doesn't work. And then this thing about the alcohol and drug abuse, I don't think we need to punch that around anymore because you've seen the other videos. I'm praying for all of us to live our best and highest life. Absolutely. But often we're dealing with people who have substance abuse problems that they're not admitting to, or they're under recognizing, and that's not what I want to say, but sometimes people can really be a drunk and an alcoholic, and they don't even admit to it themselves. So how are they going to come to you and tell you that's what it is? You know?
Absolutely.
And then when you're dealing with a person with dual addictions, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I do the chemical too, and like I say, you know, is your nose running? Only after 6 p.m. Oh. Okay.
Every day. But wouldn't it just be wonderful? We could just live in a world where everybody's just honest and upfront and transparent. Like, that would just be so great.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be going through a lot of, even, through politics, we wouldn't be going through a lot of the drama. People would just be open, honest, and transparent, and we can go from there. Be like, okay, he's a jerk, but at least he told you he was a jerk. So it wasn't like you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Or she is not who, she wears weave and fake hair all the time. But it's not like you didn't know that because she told you that.
And she was wearing fake stuff when you met her.
Exactly.
Did you really think all of that was hers?
Exactly. So, I'm just saying, if people were more open, and try to tell you it's their hair and it's not their hair. Like the girl on Housewives of Atlanta, she always talking about it's her hair. It's like... I'm saying I'm not no weave expert, but I know weave when I see it.
One girl told me I can tell a weave and I can tell a liar, and you're both.
Exactly. So
you win.
So that's Kenya for any of you all who watch Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But
and we ain't cracking on people. I'm just saying whatever the it is.
Because she looks good in her hair or weave, whatever it is she's wearing. I'm just saying that if you ask me, it look like it's a little weave from time to time, but whatever. But I'm just saying, people, it just would be great if people would just be open and
tell
honest.
The truth. And it ain't like you ain't going to find out. You know what I mean? It's no more like, this is my car. No, it's not. It's your cousin's car. And he's in the military, and he'll be back in 2 months. What happened to your car? Well, I ain't got to die. We ain't got to talk about it.
I got an accident. I don't have it anymore. Okay, well, when was the accident? Because I've been knowing you now. So, one lie has to, pile into another lie. And I get that we want to all just be this big great thing, and you want to be better than the person that person was with before, so you make yourself look like you are, you know,
try to.
better and greater. But if they don't like you for who you are, where you are, then whether that's greater than their last partner or not, then it's not a go and a fit anyway. So put that on your list. Like, be honest, be transparent, be open, and it will work out for you.
And I like that you mentioned, you know, about the ex-partner, because some people keep dating the same person over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They say, well, I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't want. And some of us keep dating the same people, or it's like, oh, I was in a violent relationship, and you know, the idea of someone hitting me again is just repulsive. But they got hooked up with somebody, and guess what? They fighting. And then they left that person, they got hooked up with somebody else, and guess what? They fighting. So I don't know to say. You need to look at the pattern, sweetie.
Yeah, and that's a great point, to bring up the patterns that other people may have that maybe your ex-partner would have had, so you can recognize them early and not later. You know, you ask somebody, did you ever hit somebody? Like, no, I've never hit anybody. And come to find out, they beat up all the people they've been with. You know, so it's like, if you recognize what that person, you know, like pattern is, they all gonna have something similar that will show you who they are.
But it's because of you that you keep doing it, because they didn't send for you. You tapped into them. So you need to look at, like, what vibe am I putting out?
Yeah.
You know, that to keep attracting that again and again. You know, so in any event, these are some things we would like for you to think about. It's just a conversation. It all begins with a conversation. And Rosa and I, yes, we really do have these conversations. And
absolutely.
And sometimes, you know, she goes over to the left, I go over to the right, and like, oh, I didn't know you felt that strongly. And then we look at how we've been living our life, you know, but through these conversations, it makes us address what's really going on. And sometimes we have to go, as what I call it, deep tissue. We got to really go in to where did that start at? And why is that? And why do you hate men you don't like men to wear flip-flops, or, you know, some crazy stuff, but not crazy to you, because there's something connected to that.
Right.
And if you stick around long enough, you'll find out what it is.
Right.
Right. So again, it starts with the conversation. I think we have sailed that home already.
Yes.
And with that, you know, like every week, we're always wishing you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Turkle, gobble, gobble.
Woohoo! We love you.
Bye-bye.